Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. At this point in time, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to entitle this video, but by the time you see it, there'll be a title down there on the screen. And the reason why I'm doing this video, I ran into a few people I haven't seen in years, and they kind of ran in my musical circle back in the 80s and the 90s. You know, whenever you run into people that you haven't seen, you talk to them about the people that was in that part of that clique at that time and how is so-and-so doing and whatever. And a few of the people that I had inquired about that I haven't seen in years, the person that I had a conversation with said, oh, well, you know, they are strung out on drugs now and blah, blah, blah. And from time to time, I get people asking me this, you know, you've been in the music industry all these years and you've interact with all these people that are, you know, were using it and trying to live that rock and roll lifestyle. Why didn't you become an alcoholic or a drug addict? And real simple. I had a good mother and father. You know, my daddy wasn't having that. My mama wasn't having that. They sat me down and told me what they were expecting of me and what they don't expect from me. And also they explained to me why it's not a good idea to put all that poison shit in your system. And it made sense to me. And from that point on, even before then I wasn't, but that point on I understood. And I was like, I'll never put anything in my body that shouldn't be there. So, you know, I'm going to try to pass on some information to some young folks that haven't gotten there yet, haven't been given this information, and they'll take it and use it for a lifetime. Because if you understand the human body, because I did a lot of research back in, it's about 2004 when I got sick. I almost died twice because I was given some drugs that I shouldn't be given in the first place. And nobody could understand what was making me sick. I got to the point I couldn't get up throughout the course of a day and take a bag of trash out to the garbage can. You know, I was just that weak and fatigued. I went out of the state to find out what's causing my illness. I was about to go get on the plane to go to Japan. I'm serious. I was about to die. I was like, my life depends on me fixing my problem, and I can't rely on other people because, you know, unfortunately, the medical industry put me in that situation where I almost died. You know, so I realized even more so then how magnificent the body is. Because I'm going to share some information with you guys, and you might say, whoa, I didn't know that. The reason why you vomit or throw up, because the body is so sophisticated that it realized what you just put in it shouldn't be in there. And it's still waiting 8 hours to 2-3 days for it to go out throughout the back end. It's like, we got to get rid of this now. That's amazing. You know, that's what that's about, you know. And for years, I didn't understand why you throw up. Maybe your stomach got sour. And it's like, no, the body recognized that you're putting shit in and poison in and it's trying to get rid of it. Whether you realize this at this point in yourself or not, the body realizes this and say, hey, I got to get this out of me. Another thing is, you know, as far as alcohol, because as men, and not so much women, but men are pressured to be macho, go out there and get a case of beer and sit there and drink with all the comrades, guzzling beer. And there's nothing wrong with partaking in activities on the minimum scale. You know, okay, a little wine and a little beer every now and then is not a big deal, but you chug a little 6 packs a day. And as far as the alcohol thing is, because well, I'm going to share a story with you because I just told you as far as this whole thing about it's the pressure to be a man. You got to sit with these other men and drink. When I first, you know, met my wife, I was around, you know, her family and, you know, social gatherings when we first met. And some of them are drinkers, you know, so it was, can I pour you a beer? No, I'm cool. You don't want nothing? No. What kind of man are you? This is what I was actually told. And my response calmly was, a man that loves his liver. And they's like, whoa, I like him. You know, because sometimes we cow down to these pressures to accommodate what people think we should be a part of. Okay, I drink a little bit even though I don't want none, but to satisfy these other mugs in the room that don't care about me, don't know nothing about me, I'm going to do it. No, if you realize this is garbage and poison, don't put it in your system. Because as far as the alcohol thing, when you drink, and I'm sure you've noticed this, if you've drank before and drunk a lot, man, I drunk all that beer and I'm peeing every 5 minutes. Guess why you're peeing every 5 minutes? Because the body has recognized this as being poison and it's definitely not good for the liver. So it's getting rid of it immediately. Because if you notice, you don't pee like that when you drink pop. You don't pee like that when you drink water unless you drink a whole lot of water, which is good for you. But that's the reason why you're pissing every 4 minutes or 2 minutes after you done drunk all this alcohol, because the body and the liver recognize this is poison. And actually, it's actually poison. Now, it's not like Drano where you go in and drink Drano today, you're going to be dead by the end of the day. But you keep drinking alcohol over a period of years, it overwhelms the liver, cirrhosis of the liver, you end up dying, you know, because it's poison to the system. It's literally poison to the system. It's poison to the system, you know. So those are the reasons why I never, you know, partake of that stuff, because I'm like, none of this stuff is good for my body. None of it, you know. But we are, you know, in a society that we're forced to try to fit in with the crowd. If I got to do that to fit in with that crowd, I don't want to be part of that crowd, you know, because every now and then I run into people that ask me about cigarettes. So you got a cigarette can spare? I don't smoke, and I love my pink lungs, you know, and I want to keep them pink till I die. You know, but again, we get caught up into this peer pressure thing, especially when you're in high school with cigarettes, because, I mean, I'm sure everybody can relate to that. In high school, you wasn't cool if you wasn't spending up your lunch money and sacrificing a nutritious meal for poison. You know, I'm like, well, let me be a square, because I never was concerned about that when I was young. I'm like, the people that supposedly care about me or call themselves my friend, they want to give me poison. You know, I'm like, those are not friends. You know, so I'm like, I don't care about that popularity thing and he ain't cool nonsense, because it's nonsense. You know, so I post this video for young folks that are just kind of getting into that part of their life where people offering them poison. You know, so don't take that garbage, because it's poison. You know, you're not doing your body any good. And those people that are giving it to you, it's not that they're doing it deliberately out of spite or hate. They just stupid. They don't realize that what they're doing, tie up the rope and, you know, and all that, and drinking like they lost their mind. You know, but I thought I would pass that on to young folks, because my father and my mother passed it on to me, and to this day, I still apply that. Because again, the human body is a magnificent piece of machinery. It tries to repair itself. It tries to protect itself. Even when you're not realizing that it's doing these things, it's actually doing it. You know, so given that information 40 some years ago, almost 50 some years ago, still to this day, it makes sense to me. And I have no need or no reason to put poison in my system. Knowingly putting poison in my system. But until next time, take care. And I hope that this has been helpful and enlightening to you young folks. Stay away from that garbage, because it's garbage. Take care.